That's why we are celebrating with Amala.
Yes.
Eh?
Yes.
Jesus Christ says, these ones are my family. These are my family members. These gentlemen here. We thank God for giving me victory after 7 years.
Thank God.
We give all the glory to God.
Thank you, Lord.
I hope you are enjoying your Amala.
Yes.
Enjoy it.
Yes, thank you.
Well, those who say, looking into their crystal balls, I mean, are they clairvoyants? But I would rather we're speaking on something else, and not this particular issue, considering the fact that this is a nation that is still in mourning, and the memories of the late President Muhammadu Buhari, who was just interred yesterday, we're still trying to, live up to that. Well, those who say, looking into their crystal balls, I mean, are they clairvoyants? But I would rather we're speaking on something else, and not this particular issue, considering the fact that this is a nation that is still in mourning, and the memories of the late President Muhammadu Buhari, who was just interred yesterday, we're still trying to, live up to that, reality. However, I mean, we're here because, people who never wished, His Excellency Atiku Abubakar well, leaked a communication of his.
Oh, it was leaked?
Oh, yes, they did. Because it's unfortunate that, the Minister of Aviation, who rather should be, concerned with serious issues of aviation matters, and there are plenty of them, runways and, better infrastructures, who, jump into the phrase like knowing what caused an accident even before the investigation. So actually, they were the ones, rogue elements in the PDP working in cahoots with the, the APC, members who leaked, that communication, and that's why we're having this, conversation. And that's why I said I would rather we were talking, about something else and not this.
So Paul Ibe, speaking in defense of his boss, stating clearly that that particular document was leaked. I'm wondering, like, how was it leaked? If he had submitted the letter to the PDP in his ward in Adamawa State, how did he, the Minister for Aviation, got it? And I mean, when you say leaked, to what extent? I know some of the reasons why they are coming out to do this is because largely many people have knocked them out. That why would you be releasing such documents in the midst of Buhari's burial? Like, why would you want to steal the spotlight? I think Kayamo said something along those lines of, why are you trying to steal the spotlight where everybody is still mourning the former president who passed away and buried only the day before, and then all of a sudden you are releasing the documents, trying to steal the spotlight. So because of that, they came out and said that, oh, well, this document was leaked. It wasn't supposed to have been released. If you don't intend to release that document, how did it get to the ward? How did it get to PDP in the first place? That's actually my point. Sometimes when politicians want to gaslight you and do some dramatic move, they tend to turn the table a little bit and tell you, you know what, because they've seen that a lot of people may not go down well with, releasing a document of that magnitude in the middle of this morning. They don't want to offend, especially the Northwesterners. And then they say, you know what, let's say it was leaked. Because, I mean, it was all over the place that the document is out there. So on what basis would you be saying that it was leaked? Is it not true that he wrote a letter? And why would that letter be dated 15th, just 2 days ago? In fact, it was even on the day that the Buhari was even still, being laid to rest. So it's neither here nor there as far as I'm concerned. I don't know what to think about it, but just let me know if you've got anything that is contrary to what I have just stated, or that I just thought that was what's, happened in that regards. All right, let's move over to the next video, which is Peter Obi answering questions as to why he did not show up at the day, on the day of the funeral itself. The day was actually on a Tuesday, and he says that a lot of things happened. So Let's see if we can listen in to him.
Of life, and like I said, I was opportune to meet him while I was campaigning. His sincere appeal that we should care for the poor. I've always maintained that Nigeria must care for the poor, invest in them, put them out of poverty.
Is there any lesson to learn from his life by Nigerians?
I said it before, simplicity. Knowing just as his life is there, knowing that fully well, one day we'll go back to our Creator. So we have to do our own, and I believe that within his capacity, he contributed to a better Nigeria.
His love for the people, particularly for the downtrodden. Believing you, there are very few leaders that can match it. Of course, needless for me to bore you with the fact that all the social interventions.
His simplicity is words that he's going to miss. He was not there for the very first day. I mean, a lot of persons went to the markets, speaking against Peter Obi, because again, any little things can be used against you in the bulk of opinions on social media. So Reno Mokri went out smoking with his thoughts and stating clearly that Peter Obi missed out on the burial funeral of President Buhari, and Tinubu. Peter Obi said he didn't have flight. I was on flight going into Katsina on that day, so he needed to be there the following day. And for crying out loud, when you are mourning somebody, you're not mourning somebody as to the immediacy of putting them into the grave. Yes, first of all, it's not in the immediacy of things, I should say. It's not like he was going to be the one to carry him into the grave. And this man lived a very good life, for crying out loud. We're talking about 82 years old. It's not like he lived a very bad life to say, okay, he died for very young and then it's so sober. I mean, when you live 82 up to 82 years old, it is something to be excited about, even in today's world. If you live up to 82 years with all of this economic downturn and problems that we have everywhere, I mean, for the Nigerian system, you really did well as far as everyone is concerned. So let's go to the next visuals that we have for you, and this one is not far-fetched from what we Nigerians are very much well used to. It's all about Fayose. Fayose was moved to tears yesterday when he was acquitted of a no-case situation against the EFCC after staying up to 7 straight years in that particular case. 7 years is a long time to think that, a particular trial, it will be on for that long. I mean, I just thought that our judicial system should do something about, especially issues related to money laundering. How on earth would it take up to 7 years? What are they investigating? I mean, with these days of technology, I mean, once you press 1 or 2 buttons, you're going to see where the monies went to. And if you want to recover, you recover it. If there are people who are in custody of the money, then you get them to return the monies, So he was just basically having fun with site workers. I don't know where this is, whether it's in Abuja or whether it is Ondo or Ogun states. Let's listen in.
To God. That's why we are celebrating with Amala.
Yes.
Yes. Jesus Christ says, these ones are my family. These are my family members. These gentlemen here. We thank God for giving me victory after 7 years.
Thank God.
We give all the glory to God.
Thank you, Lord.
I hope you are enjoying your Amala.
Yes.
Enjoy it. Yes, thank you.
Ayodele Fayose acquitted of 6.9 billion naira fraud, money laundering fraud as governor after 7 years of trial. I mean, it does look like he is left off the hook, but the EFCC is saying that they are going for an appeal. Well, we all know what happens with appeals these days. Everybody says they're going for an appeal, but all of a sudden, it's really sometimes doesn't come to fruition. But let's see, we'll keep an eye on that development and see what happens afterwards, because again, it is something to to look out for. Let's see how much of that would really be appealed, because over time, when these guys say they are basically doing appeal for someone who has just been acquitted, it's just basically a thing of we've settled you, because I think they collected 5 petrol stations from him, they collected some lands from him, they collected a few things, a few properties from him. They got alleged, the EFCC alleged that it's his property, he acquired them while he was governor. So after collecting these things from him, what else are you looking to get him on the hook for? So and some people would also say that since he started frolicking with the PDP or the ruling party, the APC, there has been this subtle way of, he visited Tinubu when he came for Salah break in Lagos. He has also been seen around the circles of the presidential villa. So who knows? He's trying to go and appeal his own case, and of course, he's a friend to the one and only Wike, the FCT minister, who is a master of court dribbles, if you ask me. So you never can tell whether he may have used those paraphernalia in putting his matter to bed. Let's listen to the next video, watch it, and it's from Channels Television. It's Omishore basically saying that Ayodele, who is the current governor of Osun State, is now begging to be in the APC because he feels that the state is going APC. If he goes that way, the way he is to the PDP, it does look like he might most likely fall like a pack of cards. He will not be able to fight the federal government and the federal mind. So the only thing for him to do is to see if he can defect to the APC. And so if he defects to the APC, it means that APC is really, is 100%, Southwest is 100% APC. And so you also have South, apart from Rivers, that's still under contention with also 500 or so. So you are looking at a number of things that are happening at the same time where, you cannot really tell what's going to happen.
Other parties will always have issues, but they came. Immediately after that election, the prayer election came. APC, we had 48,000 votes. PDP has 357,000 votes, 1.42% difference. So what are they bringing to the party? Nothing. So if as a governor, if you are popular in your party, you are popular enough, go and take a new party. Look at Governor Ojikalu in 2027. He went for PPA. He won for that state. The governor of Abia now, he left APC, took a new party and won for that place. Why must you want to force yourself with the party? I don't see a governor begging to enter party in my life. This is what I'm saying. Struggling. Is he begging? He's struggling, begging, fighting. To get to that party. I thought he's being courted by members of the party. What? There was a meeting that we saw. His older brother, the businessman, Davido's father, and himself met with the president in Lagos. And do you think that is begging? They've been meeting the president. They met him by some few people under the president's chair. They even met Dakwabedun. They contacted him to bring him to the party. That's one of Ogun State. So they are struggling. I've not seen a situation where a state government is struggling to enter another party. One, the party is not popular in that state anymore. Half of the party members have moved to APC. So he's just trying to find somewhere to stay. Now, educational factor, they moved to ADC now. So it's already an orphan. So APC now, we don't want anybody in that party. If they come to that party, then they should come home and talk to us. But can you stop anybody from joining your party? You can't stop anybody. I said that. If you want to come to that party, if you want to come to APC, then you come home, we talk about the party. We put everything on the ground to talk about. Not that the national chairman said he's not aware. The state chairman is not aware. We have elders caucus in Osun State. None of us were aware.
Okay, so here we go. Omishore is saying that Ayodele is a political orphan, given that he's begging to be in the APC, that he's never seen that kind of thing before, where a sitting governor is actually begging to be on the party. I think it's more like the other way around. Because for me, I mean, the party, it's a plus for the party. The party doesn't have to fight so much. to gain the states, if at all they go for an election. I mean, you can't be. It is a fair game if they get him into the party and then he works for the party, because the plan is also to win the 2027 elections. So if it happens that he defects to the APC, so it's one less headache for the APC. So APC looks out for other zones that may not have had their party or their states become the APC. So they work towards it instead of saying that it's a political offer. And I know these are in the realm of politics, and in politics you throw everything at anyone in order to get some things. He's the National Publicity Secretary of the APC, and quite frankly, National Secretary, of the APC. So quite frankly, he's also looking for some sort of gain. And like I've always said, that if and say for instance he's in the PDP, right? He's moving to the APC. You don't expect that those who are in the PDP that he is going to leave from are going to stay in the PDP. They're going to move with him. He's going to be moving with the entire PDP structure. So when they move to the APC, there's always a problem because they get to be displaced. The people who are in the APC already will be displaced. Those who are the chairman, the vice chairman, the secretaries, the ward chairmen, the chairman of the local government, everybody will most likely be displaced. Because if you are telling me to leave my old party to get into a new party, you are going to promise me that the same position, at least the very minimum, the same position that I held in this other party is the same position I'm going to be holding. So are you going to displace those people who are there? So how do you discuss it? Are you going to have two chairmen? These are the major issues, and that's the issue that Delta State is facing today. There are people who are in the APC who feel displaced, and I hear that they might most likely move their structure to the ADC because they have been displaced of the position. Since the governor changed party from PDP to the APC, it has been problem because the governor insists on working with the people he had known from the PDP. So it becomes an issue of where to go and where not to go. So it has the same thing that's going to play out in Osun State. Because Osun State has been in turmoil lately. This party politics has been in their turmoil. So merging them together and having an agreement of some sorts will mean that people will be displaced from the position. And to what extent will people be allowed, to get displaced without anything to it? That kind of thing. Everybody wants something at the end of the day. So if nothing is coming, why should they accept to be displaced? So those are some of the issues that we're seeing that might be a bigger problem. So let's listen to this final visual, which is coming from one political analyst, who basically raged about Buhari's administration, that he was sold to the Nigerian populace as somebody who was honest, but internally he was terribly dishonest. This particular thought would shock you. I was thinking that somebody who dies, you're going to, eulogize him. Nigerians have no chills about, Buhari, because during his time, quite frankly, the country began to nosedive since 2015. He took over office. Watch this.
Buhari's, former President Buhari's real legacy.
He was marketed as an honest man, and but when Buhari was now given governance, Buhari proved to be fundamentally a dishonest man. He was deceitful, and if you ask me, I would say he was irredeemably incompetent in managing Nigeria's diversity. One, the biggest legacy of Buhari is that Buhari was the first Nigerian leader who embraced and employed nepotism, weaponized it. The biggest I remember was him allowing foreigners to come in from Mali, from Mauritania, from Central African Republic, from Burkina Faso, and kill Nigerians. That's why in his home state, in Katsina, where Hausas are about 87% of the population, the Hausas were jubilating as he died. Same thing in Kano. Why? Hausas were being massacred in Sapana, in Dutsima, in Kankara, in Emusa. A lot of them you see killing Nigerians, even in the Benue Valley, in Plateau, they don't speak English. They don't speak Hausa. They spoke Bambara and French. When you ask Buhari, he will say, I'm not aware. But it is Buhari that forced the army to look the other way.
Well, this guy had no chills against the late Buhari. I mean, he went all out, bombing from all direction. But there's largely the things that he said that were wrong, really. I mean, if you were to be honest, quite frankly. You can differ if you will. I mean, that's the country we live in. It's okay to differ. But let me know what you think in all of the stories that we've put out for you this morning, from the newspaper headlines and reviews, and of course, to your reactions. From yesterday, we've been talking about Atiku's defection. Even though he hasn't announced the new party, we all know that he's going to be the ADC or the Action Alliance, or the Alliance for Democratic, coalition or something. I mean, there are different parties, and he's also circumspect. He's asked Peter Obi to leave the Labour Party so that he can focus on one. And Peter Obi is also skeptical about leaving the Labour Party, given that he's not 100% sure about getting the ticket for the ADC, because if he doesn't get it, so what happens to him? So it's going to be quite an interesting few months ahead of us, because it's going to be dramatic. We're counting less than 1 year, 7 months to that general elections that is built for February 2027. So everyone is pitching their tents, is looking for some sort of direction of what to do and what not to do, and making sure that they don't play into the hands of the enemy at the end of the day. But again, let us know what you think. As always, it's 8:14 in the morning. I appreciate every one of you being part of the program. Remember, this is a hub for everything breaking news. All right? Breaking news from anywhere and everywhere around the world. And because it's breaking, it's for you. I would also tell you that as it is breaking, as long as we know about it, we're going to get it across to you. All right? Any time of the day. In fact, it could be midday, it could be 10 a.m. In fact, I could leave this set right now, and something is breaking, and guess what? I would have to return back to give you the news and then to have your reaction. So that's how this platform would work all day, all night long. It will be continuous, and I hope that you join us in shaping our country to be a better place, to be a better nation for everyone and for everybody, as the case may be. My name is Charles. I appreciate you. And remember, you can reach us with those numbers. Call, send a text, tell us something is happening from where you are. Send us videos on our WhatsApp. That number is also on WhatsApp. And let us know what's going on in your area. And let's break the news for you here. Let's bring it up to speed when there is anything. When I mean anything, it could be somebody beating somebody in your street. It could be, we want to go that local. It could be maybe an accident you want to call the attention of the government on. We would bring it to the fore. It's something that we would like to put out for you. All right. Thank you again for your time. Appreciate you for being part of the broadcast. We're back again shortly. I'm Charles. Have yourselves a very wonderful morning.